Fire! Oh boy! Welcome everybody to the Fancy Penguin podcast, now hosted by yours truly, Peter, not that shitty Andreas kid. Joining me today are...
Peter, you did that wrong. I'm Thomas, and this is Roy Boy.
And in the bottom
like
right
fire.
corner is the dog.
Oh,
And the
great. I
dog.
love the dog.
His name is
Yeah, the dog's
Ralphie.
great. Wait, you mean on stream there's a dog?
Yep.
Wow, that's incredible.
I
Oh,
love
yeah,
it.
the derpy dog.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. All right, how is everybody doing today?
good.
You know,
Living life.
who's all back in school? I know me and Peter are back in school.
That's right.
But
My classes don't start till next week, so I'm lucky.
Oh, okay.
America's
Nice.
great, and you guys are screwed. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm used to talking to Canadian people.
Oh,
and
yeah,
knowing
that's
about their
right.
country. but,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
wow. Let's do
the
your life
ridiculous
collapse.
country.
Dang. Dang, G.
Peter, you are breathing into your mic so hard. Great.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're good, man. All right, so sweet. This week on the podcast, we're serving up some shade, some dark, deep shade.
Oh, dang.
We're gonna it's a diss track on this
Oh, God.
podcast.
Oh, no.
That's
diss
what we're
tracks.
throwing out.
That's how you get
So,
the views these days. You know.
I would
Get the
like-
diss tracks.
I would like to announce that a couple channels, we're all moving into a house together. So Roy Boy, Stan from Random Tens,
Yeah.
Fancy Penguin Productions, probably Pookie Bear, everyone else we've
So-
ever even talked to, we're going to move into a house and we're going to start a big collaborative project.
Yeah, we're all gonna live there. We're all gonna vlog 24/7 because vlogs are the new thing. Sorry, anyone who
Yep.
likes gaming, you're
Yep.
you're out.
Dude.
And it's gonna be all Team Roy Corp. You know.
Yep,
And
Team
We're all owned by some shady organization that we never talk about and investors that we never mention.
Yeah.
And it's all gonna be no one knows how we got the deal with them. We're just,
We just did.
we're cool frat vloggers, you know?
Yeah.
that's what it's all about, and it's really
it's like it's every day.
Collapse,
every brother, right?
congratulations.
yeah. Good job, Collapse. I saw that in the Discord. Good for you, man. That's dope.
Oh, that's awesome.
Anyway, moving on from that, this stemmed from a quick conversation we had before podcast about a tweet I put out the other day that said YouTube is turned into a street with a bunch of frat houses on it,
Very apt.
which is all
Yeah.
too true because a while ago I think I was playing Sonic Mania on stream and someone was talking to me and they're just like, oh yeah, there's Team 10, but there's also FaZe Banks, and I'm like, who the fuck is FaZe Banks? And it's like, oh, it's just another Team 10 basically.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you serious?
Yep.
Like I didn't know there were more than one. Like, and then my day got worse.
It's rampant,
and I
dude.
was like,
It's
wow.
rampant.
And the worst part is, like, this is the worst. If I go onto someone's channel and the first video on their channel is a video that says what really happened, and then in the video at the beginning is like, you got to listen to the whole story so that do blah blah blah.
Wait, are you talking about FaZe?
Yeah, I'm innocent.
I saw the video title where it's like, here Logan Paul crashed at my house, and I
Steals
I,
Rice
like,
Gum's
think it was gonna
clothes,
be, like,
whatever the fuck.
like, holy crap, like, because I heard some guy try to break into Rice Gum's house, so I figured it was gonna be something along those lines, and then I clicked on it, and it does this intense intro, and then it's just a crappy vlog with no substance, all
Okay,
staged
no,
for
but
the
here's
intro.
the thing. That even though it's a shitty vlog and you hate the person, they're smart. And you have to admit
Oh
it
no,
because
of
they're
course they're smart, and I
abusing
respect the way they played the game.
they're
Like,
abusing the algorithm, which is
Yeah,
watch
well,
time.
They're all doing these diss tracks. They're reacting to each other, and then
Yeah.
doing tracks back, and it's just a back and forth game of ping pong where they get the views up, and they're super smart about it, but it's in such a slimy way that
Yeah.
while I understand and respect the fact that they were able to analyze the system that well, I still just hate it, and I hate that
Well-
that's what YouTube's become,
Well,
and how it started out by creators for creators, and
Well,
now it's
yeah,
completely changed.
well, and from an editing standpoint, yeah, I don't know if you notice or watch a lot of vlogs from that kind of like creator, but they always hook you with the like quote unquote climax of the story of that vlog for that day in the beginning. That first 10 seconds is crucial, but then in the actual video, it's not until the very end. So they're abusing the watch time YouTube algorithm to get the money.
10 minutes 10 minutes, 1 second, let's go.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
It's
Um,
the clickbait.
yeah, it's just it's crazy, and like not the worst thing, but one of the other bad things about this change that we've seen is it's not like something that's been gradual, right?
Right.
I was talking to Stan the other day, and I was like, I can pin down the exact time when this happened, which is weird because stuff like this is usually gradual. Like they'll
Yeah, it
subtly
usually
push
kind
out
of
people.
slowly
So
phases
it
into.
was the day Vine was announced to be shut down, all this stuff started going on,
Yeah.
and everything just clicked into place with the algorithm, the creators from Vine hopping over, and it all just happened at once on like the same week, like, and
Yeah.
everything changed from there, and it's crazy. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
No,
It's a
it
fact.
feels it feels shitty because it's like like I get that these guys have whatever kind of creative ambition they do, but the problem is for me it feels so just, you know, it's like the video YouTube version of copy pasta and Twitch chat.
Yeah.
Where it just feels so wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the correct like comparison, but like it just doesn't feel like there's any heart in it, and it completely
It feels
feels
disingenuous.
Yeah.
it's so not genuine, and it just
And-
doesn't feel like they care about anything. Because you can look at like, so I'm gonna reference like Markiplier, who's huge now, and I used to like Markiplier a lot, and I really don't like him anymore. Not because he really feels lately like he's acting too much, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
People liked him for his personality a long time ago, but at least when you go to Markiplier, you know he's doing something because he wants to provide something that's quality content first, I
Right.
guess.
You know he's
Because-
trying, like, for
And
the
he
right
also
reasons.
also does charity, but then you've got fucking these guys who just
Dude,
hoard all of
Wait,
their
wait,
money.
wait. Have you not seen the Jake Paul brag track? He did Make-A-Wish for
There's a
purely unselfish reasons the day before he made the brag track, dude. Like,
There's a
he's a good
brag
guy.
track.
You haven't heard about this?
Oh God, stop,
no,
Roy!
he made a
Don't
brag
tell
track
me.
about
He
no,
flaunts
no,
his
he
stuff.
made a brag track about all the good things he's done to get the YouTubers to stop hating on him. And the thing is, like,
It
one of the
only
biggest
makes
things he got
everyone
hit
hate him
for.
more.
Well, yeah, and the biggest thing he got hit for was like the day before that he did a Make-A-Wish video with a girl and had the whole thing filmed, and he has that as the focal point of the video. Where at one point he's like, "That changed me" or whatever because he did Make-A-Wish, and it's like he's using it to say that he's like, "You can't hate on me. I did Make-A-Wish. I'm a good person. I'm a
Yeah.
good person." It's like
Well,
just because you do
and
one good thing doesn't negate the fact that you're just you're
A
just a
shitty garbage
yeah,
human.
my
exactly.
biggest problem with like modern vlogs, I guess, is they're so staged. But
Oh,
like people
sure.
fail to see that. But like
And the thing is,
if
like,
you
when it's
take
people,
5 seconds to realize that the camera guy, which like vloggers don't even like handhold their cameras anymore. They have dedicated like videographers.
yeah,
Like
who are like
the camera guy is
professionals, like-
already in the room, for example, that like the vlogger bursts into and like surprises people with. Like it's so staged, and if you take that like extra 5 seconds, like, wait, how did the camera get there before the vlogger? Like you're like, oh, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah, because it's all completely staged, man. It hurts. It's
It really does.
painful. But I mean, aside from that, we can look at some really good news. I mean, if we look at it, today, you know, something amazing happened. I mean, Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle is
Oh,
finally
boy.
released.
I'm very hyped. I'm not gonna
I-
play it though.
I'm gonna play the shit out of it.
I-
I'm gonna
I
go
think-
buy it.
I think what
don't
I'm
get me
gonna
wrong,
do-
I would love to play it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna play it, but I'm gonna watch Thomas play it. So I get like, I get the experience, but I can actually say I've never played it. To keep my pride.
Do you want to
No,
stream it, Peter?
You can stream it. I mean, I'll be
You should
present.
stream it. That would be amazing. I'm super hyped to play it. Ever since E3, I've been hyped to play it. It's just I'm not gonna play it for a few months. Like I'm definitely
Yeah.
gonna play Mario Odyssey first and
Right.
stuff like that. Like I'll wait a
Yeah.
while to play it when
I
it drops.
just- I was just so excited. It just, I don't know. This is like one of the times where like I'm looking at a game and I almost want to play it purely because of its gameplay, not because of its
Yeah, no,
what
totally.
it is. You know what I mean?
Looks so much fun. Like I I've never played any XComs or games like this,
Oh
so I
god, I
would
love
love to just
XCOM.
go into it and just have a blast. I hear it's actually quite difficult after like a big gap or whatever
XCOM
in the
or
difficulty.
Mario Rabbids?
No, Mario Rabbids.
Oh,
I know
okay,
XCom's
okay.
like,
I was
is
like,
known for its like
man,
difficulty.
I've had a hell of a time playing XCOM.
Yeah.
I bet it's a hard game.
No, I'm super stoked for it.
Did you
Super
buy it
fun.
already, or are you gonna
No,
get it later?
I'm probably just gonna go grab it tomorrow.
Yeah, see,
I'm not worried about it being sold out.
I
so.
broke my. Here's a story. I broke my bank account yesterday. Like actually,
He accidentally stepped on it.
yeah, that's No, like college is expensive, guys. Like, I was so sad.
Wait. all learn this.
Since when?
Yeah, you're right. I don't know, the early '90s. But I spent $800 yesterday on school stuff, be that books, a meal plan, supplies, a parking pass. Like, I don't have any money anymore. It's all out the window. I have $60 because I got my tips today from work, but I have to make that last 2 weeks till I get paid again.
Hey, you know what that $60 would be great for, Peter?
Food probably.
The brand. And you can get yours now live at, I don't know the URL off the top
It's
of my head.
sandybrand.threadless.com.
Sandy.
Yeah, I mean, if you heard it here first, podcast, Roy's buying 20.
21
Is-
Sandy merch.
Isn't that amazing?
That's a lot of Sandy
Those-
merch right on the screen there,
That's
folks.
a lot of Sandy merch. Roy can speak to the fact that he loves Sandy.
This is
I love it.
He thinks
Great
it's
merch.
amazing.
Fast shipping
It's-
overnight.
Yeah, it's great merch. You know, it's the best merch for the
Yeah.
best vlog channel frat house.
It's the best merch with an even better God church.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's selling like
That's-
my city, England. So
That's
you
what
know.
I'm talking
Oh!
about. It's selling like my city.
So
Oh my no!
On that
Ryan just
topic.
stabbed on stream. Everybody make a gif quick. Someone
I'm
screen
so-
grab that.
0.5 seconds in, I knew. I was like, I'm gonna repeat this for the rest of my life.
Yep. But I was playing PUBG the other day, and I was playing a solos game, and I was just wandering around, and I see on the side of a house, like something the devs put in, and I decided that they're the best devs ever because they're memers, because they had a spray paint decal on the side of this house that says "Pochinki is my city," and Pochinki is one of the places in PUBG. And I was like, my god, they're memers. Like, I could play this game forever.
Oh my god, that's
Well,
incredible.
they're from the community, right? I might
Well,
be
more or
getting
less,
misinformed, but I
No,
thought they were people from like
uh,
they were modders or
PUBG
something.
Yeah, no, PUBG was made by a gamer who was like, I want a game that the gamers want, and then he
Yeah.
made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That was-
I love stories
that
like
was-
that.
Yeah, and now he's like super big, getting it ported to Xbox and
Yeah.
PS4 and stuff. Like,
I
good for
feel
that
like
guy.
every year there's like one big hit like that. Like we had Five Nights at Freddy's, and then we had
Rocket League.
Undertale, and now PUBG.
And Rocket League too.
Crazy.
I don't know,
Rocket
but
League,
Rocket
yeah.
League was developed by a,
Well, it
like
was a AAA
standing
game,
company.
but it
Wasn't
just
it made by like I heard that like I know it was done not in the same vein I guess as FNAF or Undertale, but it was also done by like people who are like game critics or just fans of games. So
Well,
maybe it was
No, Rocket League was developed by
Psyonix is a
Psyonix.
AAA company, but they have
I-
they have a really good history with working with their community. Because I don't know if you anybody's played this, but they developed Nosgoth, which is a very community heavy game, and so they had a good reputation with the community, and so they're a very trusted company, I guess, to like deliver quality to
Man.
their players.
it's like Titanfall 2, which has been probably one of the most incredible experiences personally as a gamer. Because Titanfall 2 has listened to every critique they've gotten on their game and fixed it in the next patch. And it's
Really?
been amazing because the game is just getting better every single day. Like there was a patch today and they're just like, yeah, so we added all this stuff, most of it's free. Like everything that you have to pay for is completely like all the stuff that you have to pay for is all just appearances.
And we
It's
fixed that bug
nothing-
you hated.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
I love
and
hearing stories like that.
what's so good about it is they listened to all of it. People were like, "Man, like why can't we play as this one Titan?" And so they added in an entire new Titan to the game.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "Yes, that's what I'm talking about." Like good stuff, man. Like really fun game. But infuriating at the same time. I get really mad in that game. But yeah, no, seriously, like props to them. Oh, Peter, have we ever told this story of the fact that the co-founder of Psyonix bought our house? Did we ever say that on
No, I
stream?
don't think we did.
Yeah, so our old house in Colorado, when we sold it, it actually got bought by like a co-founder.
Or like
I
a
think it was
chairman, or like someone on
I
like like a higher up at Psyonix, but he bought it for his mother.
for his mom.
To
And so
retire.
Awesome.
our house is owned by the mother of like co-founder or somebody from Psyonix. Isn't that hilarious?
That's incredible. That's awesome.
I know. Like small world, am I right?
When I found that out, I
crazy.
freaked out. I was like, "There's no way," because I've already put like at that point I'd put I think 150 hours into Rocket League.
And it's just
But
like
I was like, "That's so cool."
Yeah.
it's super cool.
In case anyone was wondering, I'm now sitting at 327 hours.
In Rocket League?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. I
Uh,
still need to pick it up.
Okay, random question, Koopa Cat. Everyone's favorite Pokemon. Okay, this is gonna get really serious. We need to focus for this because this is really important.
Gengar.
Okay. Roy's
Sure.
edgy enough to like Gengar. We all
Yeah.
knew that already. I mean, like,
Love
Peter?
me some Gengar.
I've always been an Eevee guy.
I was about to.
That's
I
yeah,
I was gonna say Eevee or Raichu for you.
Yeah, one of the two for sure.
I know you like Raichu. Quagsire, 100%.
Yeah,
Quagsire-
Thomas
Yo, that's
adores
I love
Quagsire.
Quagsire, dude. Quagsire is
That's-
awesome.
Best Pokemon in the entire universe. Like,
I love Quagsire, dude. He's
By the
He's
way,
so
I
hard
haven't-
to kill.
I still haven't beaten Sun and Moon, but I just
me
want to
neither.
say I saw a YouTube video today that was like, what happens when you hatch an egg in ultra space? Apparently there's a place in Sun and Moon you can go that's called ultra
like
space.
Yeah,
space.
it's where you get it's where you fight and capture the Ultra Beasts.
I don't get it. What aren't ultra beasts just legendary Pokemon?
Yeah, they just
Shouldn't
rebranded it.
Shouldn't they have saved Ultra Beasts for Ultra Sun and Moon?
Yeah, well, I'm still waiting for Pokemon Eclipse.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
The
Peter, that
bridge
already
game.
happened. It didn't make a game, but I mean,
Shinx is.
Yeah.
I love Shinx too. Shinx is great.
This
My-
is cool.
I was talking to someone about this the other day. Okay, Siva, I swear to God, I see you over there. I know you want me to throw your toy, but if you bark on this podcast, I'm gonna freaking hit you with a sock full of batteries. All right.
Wow, that could kill someone. That could easily kill someone.
Roy's dead. Roy's just dead. All right.
It's just
Also, a quick sidebar.
to register.
It's been known that Roy is incredibly tall, and like I still don't believe it to this day. But now seeing your tripod just chilling in the back, like I can believe it. Okay, like I feel your pain. Like I've been
Yeah.
there, man.
I have to crank it all the way up and then be like, all right, time for the secondary option to lengthen the height, and then
Yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's a great setup. It's beautiful.
yeah.
That's wild. And I'm just sitting here like, yep, I'm 5'11 and a half.
You're lucky, dude.
Mhm.
You got it good. You're like taller, but not too tall.
Yeah, like
Roy-
there's a point at which like I hit my head on the cabinets at work and it really fucking hurts.
In
I get
in my
really
house,
sick
we
of
have
it.
like a really narrow stairway with a lower ceiling,
Yep, and,
and like over
you
time,
always
I've
have
had to be
duck.
like this.
Yep.
Just a little head tilt because like
Been there.
there's
It
one part that goes a little
sucks.
lower.
Like in my
That's-
car, like my seat is all the way back and like leaning it back at like a 45-degree angle, and like people think like there's nobody driving because I'm like always like this and my arms like on the wheel. Like yeah, being tall isn't as awesome as it sounds.
Yeah, I'm so good. Ooh. Shit, what was I gonna talk about? There was something about Pokemon. Freaking okay, I have complaints
Uh-oh.
about new Pokemon generally.
Here we go.
And I have this problem where when I played Crystal and I played Ruby and I played Diamond and Pearl and even Black and Black too, like
I don't-
whenever I played any of those games, I always got a sense that the world was big and explorable and like there was all this stuff and it felt like a world to me. But now when I
Right.
played X and Y and Sun and Moon, not this doesn't count for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire because they're the same base game in a different engine, and those were great. But X and Y and Sun and Moon feel so linear and so guided, and it doesn't feel like a world I'm exploring. It feels kind of like a road with a couple things off to the side, and
Yeah,
I
totally.
really don't like that.
I don't
I totally agree.
agree with X and Y being like that because they
I-
stuck true more so it was more like I want to say like Diamond or Pearl, which were still fairly linear compared to Gen 1 or 2. Like more so. However, I do agree that Sun and Moon were really really boring.
To me, the linearity of Sun and Moon felt like a version of The Legend of Zelda that was just taken up a notch, essentially. Like where it's so handholdy that it's insane. And
Yeah.
it's one path. You don't stray away, or else you might not
Yeah,
enjoy the
and-
game a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
But like
And
with
that's-
X and Y, I think it was also the same, just for a different reason. Like X and Y for me just felt very unfinished, I guess, and not
Well,
there wasn't
it
a lot
didn't-
you could do, so it didn't
Well,
feel like
again,
was
it didn't
not
feel
real, but
big.
explore.
You know,
Yeah,
it didn't.
yeah.
Like Ruby, when I played Ruby for the first time, there's all this stuff, man. You could go underwater. You could like,
Man, when I
you could
played
walk under the.
Gold for the first time when I was like 4, 5. That blew my fucking mind. You can get 16 gym badges. Like that's a double
Yeah,
game.
but that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's like that feeling of and like now they're just like, okay, so don't get me wrong. I love Pokemon generally,
Yeah.
and I think Sun and Moon is still a good game for the most part, but it's definitely not the best. It's probably the worst Pokemon game in the series, for my opinion,
Okay, yeah.
so far for
Yeah.
me personally. And
as much as I hate
my-
to agree.
I know my problem is like, and that's saying that Pokemon games are generally good. So it's not like it's a bad game. It's just not at all close to good in my standard. But like when I played all these other games, it was like, I felt so like I was exploring this world and like I could go under bridges and I could like go in the water. I could dive in the water. I could like go up this mountain or I want to explore the whole cave because there's like something in there. And then like I go to play Sun and Moon and it's so oversaturated with story that I
Yeah.
don't care about that
Yeah.
it sacrifices that exploration that's making it my personal adventure instead of the adventure of someone who isn't me in the game that I'm like that's what Pokemon always was to me. It was me, right? This is my adventure.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like I am doing the stuff on the side that has to do with like there's always a little bit of a component to Pokemon that is like of higher good, like stop Team Rocket,
Yeah.
Team Magma, like sometimes there's the world endy stuff, whatever. But at its core, you're a trainer trying to get to the Elite Four with your Pokemon team, and that's awesome. Like you're doing this by yourself. This is you. You name your character yourself the first time you play Pokemon almost every time because
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's who you are. But in Sun and Moon and Ziva, if you go through this table one more time, I'm going to hit you with a sock full of butter.
Okay, that's
Okay.
different.
It's
That's
a
fine.
downgrade. We'll say for
And so when I get to, and then as Pokemon games progressed more and more, the events in Pokemon games became more like the Pokemon TV movies, which are always
Yeah.
world ending and always like I don't want my Pokemon. I like the Pokemon anime and I like my Pokemon games. I don't want them crossing
Yeah.
over because what's good about the anime is not what's good about the game. Because I don't want to be Ash Ketchum. I don't. I want to be me in this
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
But now I've become like this chosen one all the time. And maybe I want to feel like just the other kid who
Well,
happens
that's
to
that's the
fight
thing, right? Is
first.
like in Pokemon, it's not like you're Link or whatever, you know, you're like the chosen hero of time. It's just you're a kid who happens to be like, yeah, I'll stop Team Rocket, and then you go and try and do that while also getting to the Elite Four. Like, I totally agree with you that it's gotten a little out of hand with like the storytelling becoming overbearing on the exploration, because it wasn't broken, right? The storytelling, like it was so immersed you so well that it wasn't broken, but they decided to fix it anyways. Essentially,
Well, yeah.
is
Well,
what
the
happened.
great thing about the story before these games was the fact that it didn't feel like the story a lot of the time in the original games felt like it came second, which I think was important.
Yeah.
Like the story had something there to tie the game together and give you objectives, but it never felt like it controlled you.
Yeah.
And
Well, it
now
also
feels
had this like it also had this like Breath of the Wild component, right? Whereas like you made your own story with it,
Right.
Yeah,
with the Pokemon you
exactly.
caught and what you did and your reactions to like, oh, I can go to the SS Anne underwater and explore it via swimming on my Tentacruel, and yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
think
then
you're
you would like talk to other people that had the game, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I was just chilling," and like you talk about it like it's such a personal experience because it is. You're like, "Oh yeah, like me and my Blastoise, we were surfing," and then this other like asshole's like, "Yo, Blastoise sucks. Like my Tentacruel is like way better," and then some other like kid across the playground is like, "Yeah, Tentacruel and Blastoise suck. I got a Dugong." And like you fight over like which Pokemon's best because it's such a personal experience, and like everybody had a different Pokemon team.
Yeah,
But now in
and
Sun
the
and
thing
Moon, you had the same like 6 Pokemon. I swear, like everyone did. It was
Well, 'cause-
so
yeah.
like
Well,
the
it's-
Pokemon gene pool was like ruined by like inbreeding or something.
No, man, it's like yeah, and now if I was to talk about Sun and Moon, the only things that I can remember from the game are like, oh yeah, and then I fought the Kahuna and I beat him and I got his stone, and then I fought the other Kahuna and I got his stone, and I did that for a while, and then I had to fight the but you knew that because you did the same exact thing that
Yeah.
I did in the same exact order in the same amount of time.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
And-
like
It's like, I don't know for sure if Sun and Moon doesn't have anything like this, but like something akin to even having Pokemon like walk behind you was cool.
Oh,
yeah.
Or
God, it
having
was
yeah.
awesome.
Well, first of all, just to go off a tangent before I make my point. What happened to that? Like they had it on
it's
the
the
DS,
best
and like
thing
They had it on
Heart and Gold
Pokemon
sold me on
Yellow,
Heart and
where it
Gold
started,
back in the
and
day,
then they're
I
like,
bought it. I was like, I'm gonna walk next to my Totodile. That's worth the purchase. And
Yeah.
it was so cool. It was the coolest thing in the world. And then Black and White came out on the same system, and they were like, nah. And then X and Y was like, all right, we're in 3D now. No. And then Sun and Moon was like, all right, we can improve the 3D, but still no.
yeah.
If I can't walk next to my Totodile in Pokemon Switch, someone's gonna pay. I've been waiting ever since Heart and Gold to.
I
do
swear to
that.
God,
Yeah.
Pokemon Switch had better be like everything that I loved about the visuals of Pokemon Battle Revolution
Oh God.
and like the feeling that that game gave me visually, and a good Pokemon game. Like how amazing would that be? Also,
would be
Koopa
amazing.
Cat
Yeah.
as favorite starter. Oh
That's
man,
tough because
I
it's
was
like
always so it's hard because I love Ruby as a game,
Yeah.
but I also love Pearl. I think Pearl and Diamond are so overlooked. They're
Oh my
fantastic.
Yeah.
for sure. I played like
Fantastic
when it came
games.
out, and I loved Gen 4. Gen 4,
Peter-
Gen 3, and Gen 1 are like my favorites.
Peter and
love
I
those.
spent so much time in Pearl
Yeah.
and Diamond. Like
Yeah.
I think that actually might end up being like my favorite Pokemon game to
It's
date.
so
just
good.
because
Like I feel like that's one of the ones where the storytelling worked for the game, and
yeah,
it came together and meshed perfectly. Like it worked really well. And you could still have your own personal story with it that
Yeah.
was yours.
Yeah.
But you still had a nice little thing to play that was well thought out, essentially.
you know,
And- oh,
freaking
sorry.
that makes it Turtwig. Turtwig's my favorite.
See, like,
Turtwig.
I have
it's so
such
hard to choose one.
a strong like connection to Pokemon Red because that is the
Mhm. Same.
game I've spent the most time in out of any Pokemon game. And so like I gotta go with my boy Charizard. Like
Yeah,
I
I'm stuck.
always went Charmander.
Yeah.
Always.
I'm stuck between Charmander and Squirtle right now. It's
Yeah.
like I first chose Squirtle and then I went back to Charmander the second time I played through, like 2 weeks after I finished it.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't know which one to choose. I guess I'll just go with Squirtle because Squirtle's just
Yeah, it's either
Squirtle's fun. Let's go.
it's either Turtwig or Totodile for me.
Yeah, Totodile. I love Totodile too. It's
Totodile was
feel
always
like
my choice.
one of the biggest issues I have with modern Pokemon games is the starters, dude. Like
They
they start
suck.
losing their grip in Black and White. Like Black and White still has Oshawott, I feel like is a good one, and I like Tepig, but I understand why people don't. And then I feel like X and Y's all of their starters except for Froakie were not good, and I didn't like any starters except for Popplio, but that's only because it was the least bad of the three in my opinion.
Yeah.
In Sun and Moon, like it was
Well,
none of the
Sun and-
designs are as instantly connected as the first.
Well,
four
I
gens.
feel like they tried too hard
I
Yes.
think
to
I
make
think it,
something that was like
I think it started going downhill.
complicated.
I would even like dare to say it started going downhill with Chimchar in Diamond and Pearl. I never liked Chimchar.
I love Piplup and Turtwig though,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like the other two, but I didn't like Chimchar.
no, but
but I agree. Chimchar's just Mankey, but with no
Yeah,
fur,
Fire
except for-
Mankey.
Like
yeah. No man, I don't know. But I just hope like Pokemon gets back to that like because I would love a 3D Pokemon game that has that sense of hugeness of like a world
Yeah.
and like because I feel like also in Pokemon this is one of the biggest things for me and it's weird. Pokemon Sun and Moon, there are like no houses for me to go into and talk to people or
Yeah.
anything. It
Yeah.
like have you noticed that? It's kind of barren. It feels so
Empty.
like open and it feels like
everything is so scripted that when
Yeah.
like you try to do anything that's like they didn't plot for it, you can't. It's just
yeah
there's
and
no additional things you can go do.
whenever you get to like a crossroads it's like 3 branching paths that end up going to the same place or 2 of them have items at the end and then you
Yeah.
backtrack to go the right way.
Mhm.
Like I don't know, I'm a little salty towards it because I've like been playing it and like trying to get through it but like there's a reason I haven't finished it. It's because I haven't been compelled by it. Like
Totally.
I haven't been, and a lot of the time, like Pokemon, I can kind of like sit back and, I don't need the story, but like in this one, if I don't read the story, I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Yeah.
It's just like,
And I feel like
uh,
the biggest issue with Pokemon stories is we're all too aware, right? Nothing crazy is gonna happen in a Pokemon story. Like it's not like the protagonist's best friend that they've built up is gonna die or anything. It's not Game of Thrones. It's gonna hit the same beats: friendship, Pokemon companionship. Like we know what's gonna happen by now. So why even attempt anymore to do
Also,
anything
but
other than what you did in the first few gens? Like
Yeah.
going beyond it and clouding it with this whole a Pokemon is on the loose and being hunted, and you gotta save it from the bag, and that'd be
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think I have 2 major issues with Sun and Moon now that I think about it. One, Rotom. Who thought
I
that
was
was a
about to
good
say,
idea?
you
Who
hate
the fuck
Rotom.
thought that it'd be fun, it'd be exciting, that'd be interesting to put Navi
well,
in the
it
game?
also just raises 50 questions. Like,
Yeah. Oh,
Is-
yeah.
So Rotom can talk now.
Yeah. Like, fuck
Can
that.
can any other Pokemon in the world talk? Like,
Meowth from Team
you might as
Rocket,
well-
but only the one. And Mewtwo sometimes. But that's it.
only in the show. Only in the
Yeah,
show. I think,
and
like,
then-
once in a game. I don't know.
My second, and I think this is even a larger issue that didn't make the game fun, you don't have a fucking rival. Who
Yeah.
thought
I mean,
that
I
was
feel
a
like-
good idea?
I feel like you could get away without a rival. If
No!
like, if they made a compelling villain, right? But I might just be forgetting because last time I touched Sun and Moon was like February, but I haven't encountered a villain in the first like 2 or 3 islands. Like it's just this, you don't even know what's happening for 2 or 3 islands, and there's no rival, so it just makes it worse. It's like what's the point of me fighting team whatever Skull if there's no like motivation to do so with a lack of
Yeah,
well
no.
thought out story, and then there's no rival, so it's like I don't really feel competitive. if
You
will,
don't feel
in the game.
challenged.
Yeah,
Like, the game's a walk in the park.
Well,
almost literally.
yeah, that's the other thing. rivals were almost always, at least for me, my first early experience with Pokemon, stronger than I was when I got to fight them.
Absolutely.
So it
Well,
was
that's the
hard
point.
as
They,
steel to. Yeah, exactly. It was.
they
It was
pick
a good
against
thing.
you for a reason.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then I feel like in recent years they've gotten lighter and lighter.
They
and
have.
also, my other thing is like, okay, this is starting to become like Thomas likes to complain about new Pokemon, but my problem is like there's like a lack of stuff to do in the game to me.
There are
like
no
Pokemon Sun and Moon.
contests or like.
No,
I was about to
Thomas, wait,
I was about to
Thomas,
say-
Thomas, you're 100% wrong. I have to disagree. You can go from point A to point B. It's 5 feet away. Have fun.
Oh, he's got,
No,
he's got a good
Don't
point.
stray from the path.
He's got a good
but
point.
there's like, but like the lack of Pokemon contests and also the lack of Pokemon gyms. There's like no puzzles in the game anymore.
Yeah.
Also, they
like,
took
not
out
real
HMs.
ones. And
You
and
notice?
and also the like Pokemon super moves, like they just take too long. Like I don't want to use them because they take too
The
long.
animation is just like I feel like they should not have done super moves at all.
Well, okay.
I don't
should just-
need.
I
don't
like
need
the
either-
super move concept, but the fact that they only cared to animate one sequence makes it
Yes.
uninteresting. If they were to have
'Cause-
maybe like 4 different possible animations for each super move that changed it each time, it'd be exciting. But since they're like cookie cutter bullshit,
Same one,
it was
and
like,
it's like
eh.
30 seconds,
Yeah,
and you use them like, oh, it's.
and they all have
it's
dorky
a-
names. Like I don't know if that's the translator's fault or what.
Oh, the names.
But the names suck.
Well, I feel like Pokemon move names have always been either hit or miss.
Not great.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think Black Hole Eclipse is great. Is that what it's called? I think that's what it might be called.
idea.
I don't even know.
That doesn't even
anymore.
make any sense.
What?
Black
Black
hole
hole.
eclipse.
He's
Those are two
right.
separate celestial entities. First of
No,
all,
Peter,
second of
Peter,
all,
you don't
no
understand.
light escapes a black hole. You wouldn't see an eclipse because
Peter, those are just 3 edgy words that
Yeah.
have to do with
It's-
dark things.
2 words. But
Eclipse implies sun, so check your facts. It's not dark things. It's
No,
one
but it's
thing and
but
two
it's an
dark things.
eclipse, Man,
Yeah, but not true.
man, what happened? I just want to play. I'm gonna go and play.
I just want to
Diamond.
explore the trees in Ruby and then go down to the SS Anne and
Yeah.
swim around. And
That's what it's all about,
lose my mind with challenge.
yeah,
dude. I would even argue I had more fun just playing Pokemon Battle Revolution on my Wii than I did.
jeez. No,
Sun
no,
and
no,
Moon.
no, no. I
Did you not
I
like it?
I hated it's.
we lost him.
Oh no,
He's-
did Roy's frozen?
He's dead.
Oh my god.
Rest
He-
in pieces.
Pokemon Battle Revolution put him over the edge.
Yeah, what a goddamn shame. Oh, there he goes.
Alright, oh,
There-
he's
welcome
back. Okay,
back.
Roy. Tell me about
Pokemon Battle Revolution is like if
Yeah.
someone said, "Hey, Pokemon Stadium, pretty great, and
It
you go,
is.
"Yeah, it just could have used more depth," and they're like, "Yeah, we hear you, but what if less depth though?" And then you go, "No," and you're like, "But the graphics though, it's a Wii. Yeah, we know, but just bear
I
with
still
us.
Like the OG.
We're gonna build up all this hype around it, and then you're gonna play it. You're gonna steal it from your cousin's house, and then you're gonna put it in your Wii. You're gonna play it. So hyped. Not based on my story. And then you're gonna play it, and you'll play it, and you'll keep playing it, and you'll just lose your mind with boredom as the game goes on to do these stupid animations that that's all it is. It's just a big gold. It's gifs over and over again of animations with no depth to the game. It's like the worst parts of Stadium,
But-
the boring parts, just in a Wii package.
I don't
Dude,
know.
Yeah, I wish they had mini
I don't-
games.
Well, I wish it had mini games also, but like I would argue that it was just like I don't know, it's just a version like what I did was just load in my party and fight
And just
every
destroy
one
everything.
in the
Yeah.
game.
That's cool because it's like it's your party, but I didn't do
Yeah.
that.
Well, because
so like
because
it
then
was just like.
then
this
it
is-
made it like an extension of the Pokemon game that I could play more and in 3D, which was fun. And then also I was able to play online
Yeah.
for one of the first times ever for like real online Pokemon. And so I did that and that was really fun. And the music was good and the customization was
really
kind
good.
of fun.
I will still argue to this day that the best console game of Pokemon was XD. Because I
XD?
just love XD so
Really?
much. I know I'm wrong, but it's so good. And Mirror B is my spirit animal. So
I literally haven't played it enough to even.
oh, it's so good, dude.
Tell you anything
I bought
about
like $30 Pokemon card of Shadow Lugia when I was like when I first played XD. It was great. It was good
I might have to-
good times.
Might have to go back and do that one day.
That
You know what?
I think I
Coliseum.
I should make a video about XD because
Yeah, you really should. That or like
I just-
XD and Coliseum, like those two style of games. Like XD was better, I agree, but like
Mhm.
they basically ran on the same or they did run on the same engine, didn't they?
I never played Coliseum, so I don't know.
I think they
How?
did.
I know though that they're essentially the same type of game. Essentially,
Yeah.
like
Um,
not much different. except
I
for the
thought
story.
they were pretty interesting. Well, and Coliseum was hard. Like
Yeah,
it was
oh,
not
XD
an
was
easy game.
hard as nails too. So I'm assuming
Which
Coliseum was hard.
I appreciated that because
Yeah, I feel like
you don't
I don't know.
find
just
a
'cause
lot
I'm
of
getting
like
older.
just genuinely like difficult games anymore.
Yeah, well, like I'll go back to the GameCube and I'll be like, man, Metroid Prime.
It's
This
fucking
game
hard
certainly
game.
isn't a breeze, and I cannot beat it for the life of me, even
Yeah.
So
though
hard.
it's been years. Like
No,
And-
Metroid Prime is still ridiculously
so-
hard.
it's so hard, but it's so good. Like
Yeah.
It's so
I-
fun.
I loaded it up once as a kid when I first got it, scared the crap out of me, so I didn't play it.
Yeah,
and then,
it's
like,
scary.
Last year I went back and played it, and I was like, this game is awesome and off the chain. And I played it, and I had like the best time I've had with the game in a long time with it, because it's so good, and it was hard too. Like it's like the games these days are like too scared to step outside the box of like
Yeah.
younger kids are gonna play this unless they're like games for Xbox One or whatever. So it's like I don't know. It bothers me when games are too
Yeah.
easy.
Man, we gotta.
Sun and Moon with your little objective here, move over here. Like I remember I was playing Sun and Moon and I walked into some town. It was like go to town square, and I was like, oh, I don't know where that is. And I looked at the bottom of my screen, and it was like 2 feet away from me.
And then
like,
Yeah.
fucking Rotom's like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah." And you're like,
Basically
shut
Navi.
the fuck up. I hate
Yeah,
Rotom.
literally the first time we booted up the game, because Peter and I have a tradition of getting each Pokemon game, the different ones that come out, and then we start them at the exact same time. This time when we started it up and we played into it a little bit, Peter was just like, "What is with the Rotom?" Like this.
I almost stopped playing it, like right then and there, because I'm like,
I
this
can't fault
immediately
you for
ruins
that,
the
dude.
game. It immediately
can't
ruins
fault you.
the game.
No.
Ugh.
I can't for it. It's super annoying, super yappy. And the thing that even takes me farther, I know I've ranted about it like several times now, but the objective thing, dude, it's just
Yeah,
it's like
bullshit.
talk to Gladion. It's like, who's that? Oh, they're this little dot 2 feet away from me on
Yeah.
the map.
the
There we go. It's 3,
know-
like
now that so this is going back to Metroid, like now that you mentioned it, I don't think I've ever actually fully beaten Metroid Prime 1, Corruption, or the Wii one.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I don't think I've beaten
it's so hard. And
any of them.
you know what's great about it? Super explorative. Pokemon, take some notes. It's
Can you
it's
please take
so-
some notes, Pokemon?
yeah, please. Like it's so explorative, and that's what's fun about it, right? Is like I had a completely different idea of what the game was gonna be, but I didn't care that it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be because it was just exploring this like dead alien planet where you just have to scan everything. Like I love the scanning.
Scanning is really
I could
satisfying.
scan everything in Metroid Prime 4. I'm down. That'll be my favorite thing to do. But
Oh my god, that's a thing. I forgot that was a
yeah,
thing. I'm
Metroid
so
Prime 4. I'm
excited.
so excited for it.
I'm
on
so
next
hyped.
gen. Metroid Prime 1 looks good as it is.
Yeah.
And I know it's
I'm-
super old. Still, it looks pretty good on Dolphin at least. And I'm so hyped for Metroid Prime 4 on the Switch. Like,
I'm hyped for Metroid Prime 4 so that I can like add another Metroid game to my list of Metroid games I haven't beaten.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be on this little screen, guys. This little screen. It's gonna be right there.
My lists of Metroid games I haven't beaten include
All of
Metroid
them?
Prime, Metroid Fusion,
Oh god,
Uh,
that game's so good too. That's
Metroid. It's a great game. Metroid Prime Corruption, the Metroid Prime 3,
Echoes.
and also Metroid Echoes, and also Metroid Hunters for the DS. I
that was a
haven't
good
beaten.
game too.
Cool game.
Yeah.
But
Yo,
you know,
Federation Force though.
I haven't played Federation. I have no opinions
No
on
one's
Federation
played Federation
Force.
Force.
I've never
it
even
out?
heard of it.
It was
What?
out last year.
What? Wait, what is this?
Federation Force came
no,
out
Peter,
last year.
don't even worry about it.
Yeah, it's not worth
Look,
it.
look it up later, Peter.
Basically, everyone Metroid Prime 4, they said, "Hey, how about not that?" And everyone
How
got
about
really pissed.
and everyone was like, "How about Chibi Metroid without Samus?"
Yeah, essentially.
What?
But hey, a new Metroid game comes out next month.
Yeah,
Coming back
so
to
that's
in,
good.
Like 5 days. That's exciting.
Yeah. Wait, when does it come out?
I don't know the date for sure, but like September 9th, I think.
What are you the Metroid game?
It's in September. I'm assuming September 9th. That's like the date in my head.
Wait.
But don't take my word for it.
Have
not-
they
not Prime-
released?
Not Prime 4. The
Oh.
DS one. I'm sorry.
Oh,
No, Prime 4 is years away, but the
Yeah.
DS one is coming out in a few days, and it's super exciting.
is it the Metroid 2 remake?
yeah.
Yeah, that one looks really
Which
cool.
explains a lot of things that we got annoyed
Yeah.
with Nintendo about.
Yeah.
But thank you. The issue is now
Yeah.
every time they take down fan games, people are gonna be like, oh, they're gonna make the next Mega Man Battle Network, and people be like, that's Capcom, and like, shut up,
They're gonna make the
Mega
next...
Man Battle Network.
That's freaking funny. Dude, Metroid, like, now that I think about it, Metroid Prime 3 specifically, super gorgeous and really fun game, even with motion controls.
I need
Like-
to just go hook up my Wii U again and buy that trilogy pack for like $15 and
cheap.
play the other Prime games because I never touched them. But
Dude, we need to, Peter, those are the next games we have to beat.
I think
Like-
there are 2 more really hype games for the rest of this year that are coming out
And
that
they
I'm
are.
looking forward to, which is Odyssey,
oh my gosh, I'm
Yes.
so excited.
which is October 27th. But also, a lot of people forget until this
Those-
game is mentioned.
Dude, yeah, Sonic, the OC one, the one where you make your own
jeez.
OC.
Oh,
You're
I-
totally
no,
right.
that's
the
not coming out
hypest
this
game
year.
of the year.
That-
That's coming out
That
next year.
game certainly is coming out.
I have a
Okay.
story about that. I was talking to someone about work, but I'll tell that in a sec. But
That game better pull out so it doesn't breed.
Cuphead comes out in 1 month. Exactly.
Dude,
Oh,
Cuphead! Holy
I-
shit!
Yeah.
Cuphead's one of the few games that may be gone. Maybe I should buy an Xbox.
Literally 1 month from today, it comes out. Like, that's
forgot
gonna be fucking
that-
dope.
I'm glad I haven't destroyed my Xbox yet because I was close.
Okay, but the new Sonic game,
The best Sonic.
Oh god.
no,
No,
what's it called?
yes,
Sonic
100%.
Forces.
Sonic. It's like Sonic Heroes, but it's gonna be even better.
Oh yeah, that
wait.
comes out in November. But
wait.
go on.
Okay, sorry. Never mind. I was so confused.
You're
for a
right,
second. I
Roy.
thought-
You can't get better than Sonic Heroes. Perfect game. 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone at work, and like he's kind of a geeky guy. I really don't like him because his ideas are stupid, and he doesn't know what he's talking about ever.
Do you like
but-
Destiny?
What?
Does he like Destiny?
I don't know.
Okay,
talk
well,
about-
if he does,
But-
you should accidentally step on his toe 15 times.
I was talking to him today, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I love Sonic. I really want to play Sonic Mania. It looks really good. Did you ever play Sonic R, the only good Sonic racing game?" And I was like, "Of course I did. I had a PC as a kid. I'm not an idiot. I don't think it's the best Sonic game." And he's like, "Oh, it's so good. Did you know they made a mini game in Mania?" I'm like, "Yes, I own Mania. Like, I just told you this. Like he's really bad at listening." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm really excited for the new 3D Sonic. Like every 3D Sonic's just amazing." I'm like, "No, they're all bad. Objectively, they're horrible games. Just because you had fun of them as a kid doesn't mean they're great games. Like Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 are busted out
Both
the
bad.
ass. They are awful games. But I will play Sonic Adventure 2 till the day I die. I love that game, but that doesn't make it
Yeah.
good." Second,
But Chow Gardens though.
exactly. But then he's like, "Oh yeah, like It's such a good idea that they let you customize your own
No.
Sonic character.
No.
And like he's like, man, it's like everyone's dream.
No.
Like any game with customization is just so much like better than a game without. And I'm like, Jacob,
This guy's
shut
triggering
the
me.
fuck up. Like, who the hell do you think you are?
This guy's,
And
this
I
guy's
liter-
existence is triggering me.
Yeah, literally. It does every day for me, dude. I have to work with him. But like I was like
bet.
I was in the back room, and so like I can cuss in the back room. I'm like, Jacob, shut the fuck up. Like, just because you release the ability to deviant art your Sonic OC into a AAA video game does not make it good. It's actually probably the worst move Sega has made in the
Yes,
last 5
Thank
years.
you.
And like,
And especially
it's-
after releasing a trailer that looks semi-promising, and
I
then they release
know!
the second one where it's
Ugh!
like,
It looks so bad.
I saw this hilarious meme where it's like, it shows Sega and they're like, well, if you guys think making a Sonic game is so easy, then go ahead and do it yourselves. And the fans are like, okay, and it shows the good reviews of Sonic Mania.
Yes!
And Sega's just like, oh, Jesus.
Oh, and like,
But,
he,
like-
he was so excited for the customizable characters. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. That's gonna
Who gets
ruin the
excited
game.
for customizable Sonic characters? Thomas is at
Exactly!
6 though.
Oh,
Does-
It's like,
Does
and
he
it's like,
ever
you know the
go on-
character options are going to be garbage. You know
Yes,
it's going
of
to be like, not
course.
good character customization.
Uh,
It's a Sonic game.
does he ever go on Reddit?
no!
Like, does he know his,
of
does he know his
course not.
opinion is like so unpopular?
Of course not.
Oh
I
my
don't go on
God.
Reddit, and I know that opinion is just wrong. Like,
Yeah.
objectively, factually wrong. There is
So,
no
like-
one who should think that OC Sonic characters in a AAA OC, I mean, not OC, a
Nice.
AAA Sonic game will be good. Like,
Yeah. It just makes me sad.
I'm so upset.
Like
I'm
Sonic's
so upset.
characters after a while already got bad enough on their own. We
Yeah,
don't
they
need
did.
people to add anything to the mix.
Hi, Matt.
Like
the,
just not a good
biggest
idea.
reason I'm hyped for Sonic Heroes, or I'm sorry, Sonic, what's it called?
Forces.
Forces. Is just to get the donkey video on it, because you know.
Yeah, he's gonna
there's
tear
be
in a new
great
one.
character with a great him just tearing that thing to pieces. I'm so
Yeah.
excited just for that reason for the game. Other than that, never even gonna think about the game in my life because OC's ruined the whole thing for me. I don't like Sonic games. I really don't.
You and Thomas.
2D ones are fine, but like I just can't get into the
Well-
fast gameplay. I might try Mania to get into
Well,
it.
no, but
But
Sonic, I've talked about this before. Sonic has flawed gameplay at its core already. So
the thing
Sonic
is, they
Mania
did the first
only,
one- sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, Sonic Mania can only be as good as it can be because the very first Sonic wasn't good already, and like
Yeah.
people say it's good, but the game, like I've said this so many times before, and like you can literally listen to, I know Aaron Hansen, Ego Raptor, Game Grumps fame. I know he has this opinion, and everyone's always like, "Oh, he's way too harsh," but it's true. Sonic's gameplay punishes you for doing what it wants you to do,
Yeah.
and so
Well,
that's
every time you go fast, it's just like you get screwed. Like it's
yeah, and it stops you in your tracks.
Yeah.
Like it just shouldn't play like that. So Sonic Mania is good. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but it's only as good as Sonic 1 was, and that was like not even that great.
Yeah.
So,
And the thing is, like, I've never ever been able to get into Sonic my whole life. I played Sonic Adventure 2, and that's the only game I have nostalgia with because I
God
played it back on the
bless
GameCube.
that game.
And it was so bad even back then. I knew it was bad, but like
It's
I still enjoyed it.
so
I still enjoyed the crap out of it.
entertaining, though. Like it's
love-
broken, but Jesus Christ,
Oh, it is. It's so broken.
I someday want to stream that game and just prove to the world that I legitimately can play the first level City Escape blindfolded and collect over 300 rings. I've done this
It's-
many times. I literally know the game like the back of my hand. I love
It's-
that game.
Yeah, it's just it's not that good.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah.
Terrible game. Who
And-
thought collecting Chaos or Master Emerald pieces was a good idea? What a waste of time.
And is that the one with like the space at the end where like
Yep.
they're in
Yeah.
space and then it like shoots out a
blow up the
monster
moon
or something and they go Super Saiyan and fight it? I never got to the ending as a kid and then
Yeah,
I watched
no,
part
they-
two or something.
The
I've
final
never
boss is actually
played-
like really hard. in that game.
I've
but-
I've never played the actual ending myself either.
Yeah, it's anyways. So that's the only Sonic game I have nostalgia with.
Yeah.
Then when the 3DS came out and Generations came out, I tried to play Generations on that. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't that good. I don't know if it's because of the 3DS port, because But and then I played Lost World. I liked Lost World a lot more than people like Lost World usually, but I wasn't like too much into it. And I've never been able to get into Sonic, so they clearly know how to speak my language when they came out with the OC trailer, and I was like, that's my
Yeah.
type of game right there. Getting the Sammy Classic Sonic fan OC
if you go
in
to
there.
deviantart.com/RoyBoy, you can see all 658 of his Sonic OCs.
Are you serious?
No.
Sorry,
okay,
like,
so
how'd you
sorry,
find
Roy.
that?
how did you find that, Peter?
How'd you find those characters?
I'm sorry.
View them in comp.
Peter, that reminds me. So Peter and I went to see. I don't know if there's any. I'm sure there are people who are Studio Ghibli fans in here, but so our local theater is doing a festival for Ghibli, and we watched Castle in the Sky yesterday in the theater
Can't rotate my head
on the
like
big on the big screen,
that. Yeah. Oh my god.
which was amazing, and it was so nice to watch. It was the first time that Peter and I had actually watched it with subtitles and not dubbed.
Yeah.
So that was pretty interesting. And also, freaking, it was hilarious though. My favorite part of the whole experience was we got into the theater and it was playing like little promotional things beforehand, and one of them was like,
Oh my god.
"Help to be brought to you by DeviantArt." And I was like, "No! If DeviantArt wasn't such a meme anymore, like all artists post their stuff on Twitter, like not DeviantArt."
Can I just say, Thomas, when when the movie started and you hear those
We were the-
first 5 or 6 notes of the theme, like literally chills over my
Yeah.
entire body. That Joe Hisaishi is the John Williams of Japan. Like, I
Dude,
wanted
I'm
to cry.
you. No, I almost did, especially when it peaks, when it hits that
Yeah.
its climax.
Oh.
I'm just like, oh my God, it's literally pulling moisture out of my body, and the closest place and easiest place for it to get out is both my my urethra and my tear ducts. So like I was wetting myself and crying. And, like, those are the two most open spots.
Yeah.
And it was just like, well,
it
all
was,
the water must evacuate the body.
it was
Yo.
something else.
Which Ghibli film should I watch for the first? Which one should be my first one to watch?
Howl's
Oh
Moving
my God.
Castle.
Roy, are you serious?
Yeah, because I know of Spirited Away. I know of the one with the black creature with the mask that like gives coins or whatever.
That's
Also
Sam.
Spirited Away.
Oh, okay. And I also know of Princess Mononoke. Those are the only two I know of, and the turtle one
So-
that came out just
So
now.
here, let me like throw some out here for you. So when Peter and I grew up, Kiki's Delivery Service was an amazing,
Yeah.
just nice film that isn't like super like deep. It's like almost slice of lifey. Like it's
Kind
just
of,
like
yeah.
it feels really sweet and just like a nice story that has good arcs and just has great character development. But like if you want something that like really showcases like the greatness of the animation of Ghibli Studio and just like something that just gets you riled up because it's so cool, like Howl's Moving Castle will just like blow you away every time. Like
I probably
one of-
watch
and-
it like every 3 or 4 months.
and
No
and
joke.
so will like I know Spirited Away is kind of like the one that everyone watches, but there's a reason. It's super fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous movie in almost every single way. And that one's just absolutely like just such a good movie. But you could go Kiki's Delivery Service was probably Peter and I's childhood favorite.
Yeah.
We owned it on DVD and we watched it a lot. We liked it just a crap ton. It was a super good movie. Or just Totoro is a good movie, but it's definitely not the best one.
Yeah.
But it is iconic. So you could really watch anyone. I would probably start like I guess I would go Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah, I would
because
for sure.
it's great. And Princess Mononoke is really hardcore.
It's dark,
So
dude.
you want to breeze yourself into it with like the happier ones first. But
I'd
yeah,
also check out The Wind Rises. I know Thomas hasn't seen this one, but
Yeah.
oh my god. It was so good, and I was fortunate enough to see it in theaters.
there's also
but wow.
there's also some like lesser known ones. If you wanted to be that guy who your first Ghibli movie was a weird one, you could watch Porco Rosso, which is about basically the Red Baron if he was a pig.
Yeah.
That
Wait,
was-
wait. The World War One Red Baron
yeah,
Yes.
pilot.
yeah, like
Yep.
except he's a,
A pig?
pig.
Yep.
Yeah, who like lives in an island.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty crazy. I haven't seen it in a long time, but it like you can't really go wrong with any of his movies. Like
Yeah.
you'll like most of them, I'm sure.
Awesome.
If you're into
And I watch
strong
them
female characters.
dubs- The dubs for Studio Ghibli are so professional and well done that it's not
It's
weird
'cause
at
Disney.
all. Like yeah,
Yeah.
super good.
It's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah.
Sweet.
Thanks for the advice.
Yeah, is that man, Peter, is it time already?
Yeah, it is. We just rolled over an hour.
Wow. Look at me. I know my times. Wow. Sweet. Well, thank you everybody so much for watching this beautiful podcast. And it looks like we'll catch you next time. My pops. My pops.
Bye,
Peter.
everyone.